attendees have got to see them. And I'm very fortunate to be the moderator and to be meeting you people today. So the subject, the topic is storytelling beyond borders. And I think storytelling with dance, theatre, performing arts has been a core factor in bringing people together and playing the most powerful role in keeping our lineage, our ancestral roots, and telling us about history. So we're going to speak to Charlene, and we're going to ask her some questions. And let me give you a bit of a background. I think you can tell us a little bit about yourself. It would be lovely if you could share with the audience. I know that you have ballet as your main form, and you've been in Rocky Mountain Ballet Theatre first, and then Ballet Beyond Borders came together, where there's a lot of transdisciplinary, multidisciplinary work happening in your... But we'd like to hear a little bit about Ballet Beyond Borders before I go into questioning. So we want to get to know you a little bit. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was born in Chicago, in the United States, and I had a very classical training as a ballerina and a career in New York as a ballerina and rockette at Radio City Music Hall.
Wow.
Then I moved back to Chicago, which was my hometown, and worked with the Hubbard Street Dance Company and Lou Conte Dance Studio and the Lyric Opera. And it's in Chicago where I began my choreography career. I was in a feature film in Chicago that took my career to Los Angeles, and in Los Angeles I worked in television and movies for a decade, and then I went from Los Angeles to Montana. And so Montana was a very unlikely destination for an urban girl. I had only been to Montana once while I was working with the Hubbard Street Dance Company, and fell in love with nature and everything about Montana. Everything. The nature, the Native Americans, the cowboys, and speaking about storylines, the inspiration you can draw from that great outdoors.
Yeah,
so we started with a very small studio with 40 students next to the freight train. And I had no initiative to recreate the Nutcracker or the Swan Lakes. So we decided we would just do contemporary pieces about what inspired us in Montana, but what inspired us today. So that's constantly changing. Montana also has a level 4 lab in Hamilton where they work on Ebola and very interesting things. So there were stories to be told outside of the bears and the rivers and things like that.
Global stories.
Global stories. And we started to travel internationally in 2002, which is a long time ago now, and mostly to Europe. And when the Beijing Olympics was going to be in China, I thought, I wonder if we should try and go somewhere like China. And one of our colleagues said, well, you should talk to Max. I said, well, Max who? Your senator, Max Baucus. He's so in their lobby, all the time.
Okay,
he's a big fan. So that's how it started for us, is he introduced us to the Chinese ambassador. We took a group of 50 to China for a month, and then we returned many times to China for the Shanghai World Expo, for the Beijing Dance Academy, blah, 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 blah. And as those relationships flourished, and every time we met more and more and more people, wonderful Max Baucus started to invite us on trade missions, which is unheard of, I think. He took me to Colombia, Brazil, and he presented the artist along while he was trying to negotiate helicopter parts and roses and coffee deals and everything. So that, once again, influenced our choreography. Who are we dancing for? Argentina. Oh, we should do a tango. Who are we performing for? The Chinese. Oh, I've got a little girl who can sing. Let's learn the Jasmine Flower song. So it wasn't so much research as much as it was curiosity
and connection,
and how we could start creating work. And that's one country to one country. Now we're one country to 35 countries. And our dancers are not just the Montana children going. We're from we brought Italy and
a lot of
Romania.
Cross-cultural artists as well.
Yes, and our dancer, Chrome Glacier Louis, who's with us, I mean, that's our best representation of where we come from, not just from Montana, but from the United States. And so when we get off a plane, I'm very glad to say that, he's here.
So I'm good, that's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Can I ask you a question about, so when you're doing the importance of storytelling in your repertoire, how does storytelling in your way connect you to so many different countries that you keep banging into because you're traveling and you're, like you said. So how do you make the connection?
So Ballet Beyond Borders, that's another whole, like, how it started. It was by accident through a Viennese, Austria connection that somebody said, how about you be the U.S. representative of us? I said, maybe. We don't do competitions. But we did it. It was very successful, was wonderful, but it was not enough for me here. So I said, we really focus on all the pie pieces. So when people come to our events, like here, there's so many different options. Our dancers have to write an essay. They have to go to the diplomacy conference things. They're highly encouraged to bring what other indigenous dances are from their country. And they start thinking differently. And the whole population attending starts thinking differently because, the biggest financial winner of a prize might be the essay contest. And also the jury knows so much more about the dancers when they write. Sometimes you learn they have nothing to say. And sometimes you learn we can help. We can help this situation. And the child might not have had the training they desired, but the mind is fine. And
so the essays, the story, would you say?
They're different everywhere we go. So in Cuba, we asked everybody to write about the barrio, their neighborhood that they came from in the world. At this next event, we're asking them to write about their future self in 5 years, which in this time is
with the AI coming in. Yeah.
But I guess the beauty of it all is every time a few of them stick like glue. If you saw our group even here, they're just in piles. They're sleeping on each other, hugging each other, and it's because it's not just shared values, which is such a thing. It's that we all actually have exactly the same desires, all of us. I mean, whether you're overcoming, cancer, or poverty, or just you can have a perfectly fine, wonderful life too, and need to, participate in helping something else.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't planned. It just naturally grew.
Came together.
And people, they find us. We don't actually spend a lot of time recruiting. They find us. And if they write to me more than 10 times, I figure they're on their way.
Okay, lovely. And how has your performance been here? Like, you've done some workshops here?
The dancers did. The Romanians and Casper.
So let's just from your could you share what do you feel? How did it work? The workshop. What was the response like?
Can I invite them to actually say, because they taught Alina and Ratu?
Even if one comes in and just kind of gives us a bit of feedback, that would be lovely. Yeah. Can we open one of the mics?
And they've been with us since the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
I found them in Vienna, actually.
Please introduce yourselves. There we are. We have 2 panelists now. Please give us input on you did conduct a workshop.
Tell them about the classes you taught.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
This is Alina and Radu, and they're from Cluj, Romania.
Okay, lovely.
We are from Transylvania, the place of vampires.
Oh, okay.
But please don't be afraid.
No, we have very little
As
blood today.
Charlene said, we met in 2017, I think, but right at the beginning, and since then we are all together. So, yeah, sometimes, as Charlene said, it came natural. We didn't know about anything, we just came with the flow, and we developed another concept of competition, which is very stereotype in Europe. Like you have that huge competition, everybody's paying a huge amount of fee just to be in the competition, and now the scholarships are not even helping the dancers anymore. And Charlene brought a totally new idea and package of what should we do actually. And then me and Radu went home and we were like thinking that, okay, this is why we felt wrong doing competitions or stereotypes that we said.
Mm-hmm.
We had the feeling that we need to do something else, and Charlene came us to give us the answer. Yeah, you need to do something else. You need to do something for humanity. You need to do something for your community. You need
to have something to say.
Exactly, you need to have a voice.
Is that brings us back to the storytelling.
Exactly.
Okay, so just can you quickly tell us a little bit about the workshop and how did that go? As far as in connection with storytelling, and how would you say that played out here? What was the experience like? Could you just briefly give us some input? Hello, Bianco.
So,
we will call you on, don't worry. That's okay.
So the first diversity for us was that it was full of male dancers.
Male dancers.
In Europe, there is a huge crise, and I think all over the world, it's a huge crise of male dancers. So when we teach in Romania, we have 95% women dancers.
So here you found we had all the male
Yes.
dancers. Interesting.
And for me, I just love male energy. But here it was very different because it's a soft male energy.
Oh.
And it's an artist male energy. And everybody was so hungry, and the desire of just being there in the workshop and embrace the knowledge and everything that the teachers is giving to you. I felt that back.
Lovely.
Everybody was behind me, and I just, in 5 minutes, I changed my energy because of them.
Wow.
I love that Alina was doing a movement, and connected to the movement was making a sound like shoo, hoo, ha.
Yeah.
And in the background we had an a cappella core. Everybody was copying also the movement, also the sound.
Lovely.
It was amazing.
How wonderful.
That much they were involved, like more than 100%. It felt amazing. And we are doing a lot of workshops all over the world. And I never felt that energy nowhere.
Well, Pakistan should be proud. Yeah, I feel so proud about that. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. It was lovely. I'm just going to move on. Yeah, and thank you. That's very. So, Jonah. Jonah? Wendy? Wendy. Okay, sorry. I'm going to come to Bianco afterwards. So, Jonah, tell us a little bit about yourself. Wendy, sorry. One second, Wendy, yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how your experience has been here?
I feel like I've just arrived, so my experience here has been short so far.
Mm-hmm. How many days have you just like, what, 2 days or what?
We got here on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So about myself, I grew up studying. We were just having this whole discussion about classical Indian dance. So I grew up studying Bharatanatyam. And then as a teenager, I started training in capoeira, which is a Brazilian martial art. And then in college, I trained and danced in a butoh company, which is a kind of contemporary performance form. It's a very broad performance form in Japan. So I would say that those three art forms form the foundation of my ideas about what storytelling and what performance are and what they're for. And of course, for anyone who's familiar with any of the classical Indian dance forms, storytelling is
the main focus.
You
also you did some Odissi.
I also studied Odissi, yes, but not as well. I studied Odissi when I was younger, and then
you went on to Bharatanatyam.
I started with Bharatanatyam. I did a bit of Odissi, and then after college, I went and studied in Chennai with the Dhananjayans, and so I'm now their student, and have been for 30 years.
And you also do contemporary dance.
Yeah, so I don't know what contemporary dance is. Contemporary dance is sort of whatever is happening at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the ideas about what contemporary dance is in the US and in Europe are both very different from each other. And I would say that my work is outside of both of those. It's much more in the world of contemporary dance outside of the US or Europe. So I've worked a lot in India, I've worked a lot in Japan, and in West Africa, actually West, North, East and South Africa, and in Brazil. So those are that kind of contemporary world that's very much not coming from a European.
I understand what you're saying, because it's not, because the USA and Europe can be very stylized. There's a certain following Martha Graham of following a certain technique. But I think contemporary dance today can also go out of the boundaries of that kind of technique as well.
And it can draw on influences that are outside of the European.
I have a very strong question to ask you.
Okay.
Is because you had that experience of contemporary and you had the experience of the East and the West, how do the stories come out differently, or is it the same? I mean, what's differently from, in the sense of styles, right? And historical legacy.
How do the stories come out differently? First of all, I don't believe in East and West.
Okay, great.
Not only I don't believe, but they don't exist. Those are constructions of empire. But I think having a lot of different stories to draw on, and stories that, growing up surrounded by stories that are very different from each other, but at the same time are the same. I grew up in an immigrant city, so I didn't know anybody that was a native English speaker. My father is not a native English speaker. My children are not native English speakers. They are native, but not first language. And being exposed to all of the sounds and the ideas of lots of different places allows you to work with story in a very different way. You can have a lot more layers of meaning. You can have a lot more influences and also see the connections between those. See the connections and also see how they contrast with each other and how new meaning comes out of the combination of things. I think that the experience of diaspora, all of the different diasporas, and the confluence and the conflict between diasporas gives birth to
new stories,
new stories and very old stories coming together. Which,
so do you think some wounds and some healing also takes place within storytelling?
Oh, without question. I think so. What is the purpose of performance? What is the purpose of dance? It's in my training, in my foundational training, the purpose of dance is to evoke a particular experience for the audience, and to train us to have empathy for each other, to train us to understand each other, and that can only be healing. It's the separation that is destructive. It's the not understanding each other that causes trauma.
And conflict. That creates a lot of conflict.
Exactly. And so dance and theater, but I think when we take out the words, it's even a closer connection. I know that it's neurologically much more, the empathy is exercised much better when you take away the words. I forget where I was going with that.
So no, it was beautiful, because I really resonate with what you're saying, because I really believe
not
in a lot of stuff.
surprise.
Yeah. So the other thing was that how much of the audience, by us as artists, right? How much do you think the audience is also connected and healing and truth? Because I think there's such universal and global wounds from environment, from so much that's happening in the world, the modern world, and how it's also, whether it's destructive or constructive, where it's constructive, and sometimes it may be looking constructive, but actually it's destructive. So, there's this whole dialogue going on. So how do you think dance and theatre and performing arts can play that role? Because storytelling helps us to feel and to let things out.
Yeah.
So what's the impact of an audience? How important is it for the audience to also be part of that?
There's no other reason to perform
Yeah.
than for the audience to have that experience.
Mm.
And as you know, that is the foundational theory of most performance in the world, but most explicitly the South Asian arts are
Yeah.
extremely explicit about the responsibility of the performer to cause the audience to feel
Yeah.
a very specific thing. So if they are not feeling that, then we have failed.
Yeah, what a beautiful thing. Oh, that's a very powerful thing. Yeah, I really liked that. Because in Pakistan we had a lot of, I'm going to say this because this is the truth, the situation, because I grew up in England, right? And I came back to Pakistan in '82 and we had martial law here. And dance was banned, so we couldn't dance here. So dance was underground. We went through many years of dance being, for 10 years dance was underground. And women were not allowed to dance. So it's a changed narrative now. You see so much dance here, you see so much development. So it was interesting for me to see how religious constructs can impact something like what we're saying, that the audience heals with us when we perform and how we bring the audience in. We've suffered that tremendously in this country. And I think, when you were talking about the hunger for the students when they come in, and there was it's because of that. We've just not had that exposure and that kind of connection to dance here. So having these festivals and the World Culture Festival. Is this the second one, Mami? World Culture? The second one. So you can imagine the impact it's had on this country. I cannot tell you how we are so blessed to have this happening and all of the people here. It's a huge healing for us, even as artists. So I really want to thank you, all of the artists that are here in Pakistan. We really are grateful to have you here. Okay, I'm going to move on to, I know we are a little constrained for time, but thank you so much. I'm going to come back to you all for questions. Bianco, I saw a little bit of your workshop, and I was like, hey man, I want to be part of this. But I had to go for a rehearsal. So tell us, I know that you have street dancing, urban, and you have your traditional. I did a fusion with a Maasai dancer who came here many years, about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And when you were doing the warrior thing with it just kind of evoked
Yeah.
so many memories of that. Can you tell us a little bit about your style? And I think everyone will be loving to hear what when you hear it from the artist's mouth, it's so much more powerful than me giving you a technical explanation. So please share about yourself and your company and dancers.
Street Dancers Company is, before, it was a crew of young dancers. Just because we was meeting in the streets, talking about how we're hungry, I want to eat, where can we eat. So it was, first time it was difficult because we wanted to improve in our society, like dance can do something. Because in Congo, the problem with arts is they see art in a different way because everything is about politics. So when you are an artist and you talk about the situation, directly you become a problem for them. So when Street Dancers was a crew, beginning with creating those academy of kids, just teaching kids. But later, I had to travel and meeting some different dancers because for me, I was dancer before I became street dancers.
Okay.
Because I was dancing for my father. My father was a king, and when my father was coming back home, me and my family, with my mom, with my sisters, was just to dance for my father. And then when he's happy, he's giving us gifts, and that's where I became a dancer.
Oh wow!
And then later, in the moment when I understood, in our country, we don't have studios, we don't have where dancers can expose, where painters can do their things. We don't have enough centers. So it's in the global, is the biggest problem because we don't have a venue where we can sit and talk about dancing. We don't have any place of that.
Well, we share the same. We're much better now.
Yeah.
But we can really share with you. I think Mani can also relate. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so for that moment now I decided to do Street Dancers Company. It was after for me to go into Senegal to share different workshop with big dancers. I was meeting different dancers just in the different countries because I love to travel. For me, when I travel, I feel like I will meet something what I will not just pass like this because I like to catch opportunities.
Yeah.
So when I see someone, I want to jump to him like, hey, let us jump together because I know after that meeting we need again to meet. If you want to create something after here, we will be meeting. If you want to change something after here, we'll be meeting. So every moment when we have any opportunities, for us it's like this door, we have to open this door. And that became Street Dancers Company because I wanted to change the concept of how the community is seeing artists. Because you imagine in Congo we have 550 tribes.
Oh wow, 550 tribes.
Yes. So what I wanted to bring is that different of languages we have. Because we are 6, and then everyone come in at his small party of Congo. So when I wanted to check the concept, it was about to bring them the different young generation, because for us it was dancing for so long time, and then I wanted just to change for Street Dancers crew to bring it a Street Dancers Company, where we can have different projects, different people we can meet and bring some concepts out of what we have, because we was there dancing in the street, was there keeping involved with just that young generation. But later we wanted to communicate with people. Later we wanted to show the positivity of Congo, because some of the media, we're still talking about, when we talk about Pakistan, we was like, we are going to Pakistan. Wow! Are we gonna be there for real? For us, it was hard to just saying we are coming to Pakistan.
Yeah.
It was very hard because of my dancers. It was like, hey, you have to prove to us if we will be, because now 2 years, he was fighting to come here. Last year, I met a great artist from Pakistan. His name is Aman. That guy he pushed me again to love what I'm doing. Yes, because when I saw his concert, he was like, this guy come from Pakistan. And when we see Pakistan to the media, it's kind of Congo, like Congo in Asia.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I saw Arman, when I saw different artists from Pakistan, I was like, wow. This is crazy.
So nice to hear
this
that.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then when we was doing a class, the same thing. For me, I was like, okay, there are so many.
The workshop, you're talking about the workshop?
Yes.
Yeah,
there are so many.
So many people attended your workshop.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are so many, and I didn't know if we could meet dancers like this.
Yeah.
It gave me another door to open again, because I like to open doors in my head. When I meet something, it's kind of, I learn something new.
Yeah.
And I hear, like she said, dancers here, they are so beautiful. They are so beautiful. Their language is kind of, you feel like they have something, but you have to bring it out.
Yeah.
So that is why in the beginning we was like, everyone was because of that. Because I meet dancers here, they are so good. They love what they see, they love what you, teacher, you bring to them.
Yeah.
But
Like this, I think they're hungry.
They're hungry.
They're very hungry.
And for us too, we are hungry because this is another level. Another level of artists meeting and talking about. For me, I call everyone here an ambassador. Why? Because after here, we have to talk about what is going on here. And for me, it's important when they will be asking me, you come from Pakistan? I will say, yes, I come from Pakistan. Now imagine how was Pakistan. Because I love branding myself. I love talk about myself. And talk about myself, talk about my work, what I bring in the table. Because it's like our identity. We choose to create the negative, like the positive of what people say. Because when we come from Congo, people, they will see you, they will say you just come from Congo, you have you are like this, you have this problem of
Preconceived.
psychology.
Are you saying preconceived ideas?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for us, it's kind of when we meet people, first things we want to show what we have in.
Your heart.
What we have in, because what we have in is what people want.
Yeah.
And,
so I just wanted to quickly ask you something. So you do street dance, you hip hop and all of that. So how does storytelling, is that a major focus or is it more technical?
So the storytelling is a major focus.
Of
it's
yours.
because we, like I said, we have to bring something in the table. Like everyone has to bring change. So what are we bringing in? So, and our part of storytelling, we work so much to the memory and identity. And that's
Memory and identity.
And identity.
Okay.
And that's what pushes us to have a different movement to work on, like you said, it was working to one movement, the class.
Yeah.
But that one movement can develop so many things in just one class for us. So we can just cut this and bring this in just one movement. For us, it's about memory. It's about what we was doing before we get here. And then all those process bring us here and build that element of what we are doing right now. And what the way we call our storytelling is focused on identity and memories. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's just give a good round of applause. Thank you. It's lovely to have you, and I really enjoyed that. You have to come again, and I will do your workshop.
We will be there. We will
Okay,
be
lovely.
there. We will be coming
Yes.
every year.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
So, Jonah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
We were waiting for the men to come in, and they came in late. It's
Well,
okay.
excuse me.
No, it's okay. It's okay to tease the men. I'm sure they like it. Okay, so Cirque Bizarre, tell us about born in California, theater, acrobat, juggling. Wow, I mean, club, cinema. You've been all around the world. Been clowning, tap dancing.
You name it.
So much. I mean, this is huge. Tell us, share with the audience. I think everyone would like to hear more about your experience from you and yourself.
Well, I was born on a winter day in 19... No.
This is storytelling, and thus the storytelling starts.
Well, I started as a dancer, as a tap dancer at six years old. Wow. And I went, my whole life I was doing dance and theater. I was doing a lot of musical theater also. So by the time I was at the end of high school, I knew that I wanted to go in that direction.
Yeah.
And I had a mentor. I was always cast in comedic roles in all of the shows. Even the most serious plays, I was cast in the most lighthearted role, and I couldn't help but, make it more so.
The clowning, yeah?
Well, theater.
Theater, yeah. Okay.
But I had a mentor who was a clown with the Pickle Family Circus in the 1970s and 1980s. Wow. And she suggested that I audition for a clown school in San Francisco. There's a circus school there that had a clown program. And so I did. So I auditioned when I was 18.
Wow.
And I got in, and I spent 2 years at clown school, where I also started juggling.
Wow.
So I then combined my tap dance skills with the juggling that I was learning. And that was the beginning of my solo act, which I still perform. I was in China a couple of weeks ago doing my tap dance juggling clown act.
Awesome.
And I was also started doing acrobatics there, and then I joined an acrobatic troupe, and then with some of the people in my clown school, we made a trio, a comedy acrobatic trio. And together we did the 2 years of clown school and then 1 year of an intensive acrobatic training. And then from there we went to France to do a residency.
Oh, okay.
And we were there for 3 months. We did a show, a presentation at the end of our residency. And the people at the residency were like, oh man, just stay with us. So we were like, we are, Americans in Europe. We're about to overstay our visas. Let's just get out of the Schengen and come back. We can stay another 3 months. Yeah. So we went to London, got arrested. We're detained.
Got arrested?
Yeah, we were detained for a day, and then let go. And they said if the French want to send you home, they'll do it. And then we went back to France, and they didn't even look at our passports when we went to immigration. So we stayed another 3 months.
Wow.
And we developed a show, an acrobatic clown show, where we also combined our other skills. And then from there, we continued to I hope this isn't going out broadcast.
This is, it's being all recorded.
Oh, damn. Well, don't show the French authorities. Anyway. So then we started street performing, and we spent about 5 years street performing, mostly in Europe.
Wow.
Where we did, on average, about 5 shows a day, 6 days a week.
Wow.
All over the place. And in doing so, we were really able to refine our clown, because we were always comedy-based. And as we grew older, and as injuries started to happen, we started taking out acrobatic tricks one at a time, and which was fine because over time, it became very clear that we didn't need the acrobatics to make people laugh, which is really what we were after. And we were kind of afraid because we were living by the hat. We would pass the hat at the end of the show, and that's what we were living.
That's when you're on the street, right?
Yeah, that's what we were living off of. And so we realized that we didn't need the acrobatics to make the same amount of money, or more even. In fact, it all came down to the enjoyment that the audience had. And we also enjoyed it more, just making people laugh instead of risking our lives five shows a day on cobblestones in some busy plaza in Rome or Czech Republic or France or wherever. So and then that I first came to Europe in 2010, and so over time, companies I created fizzled away and then were recreated or created differently. And then 13 years ago, so it was 2012 around, I had a duo called Chuck and Charlotte. And we were touring mostly on the street, but with a few festivals here and there. And in one of the festivals, they had a problem with accommodation. And so they put us and Remy in the same caravan, and then it rained the entire weekend. So we were stuck in this caravan, small caravan, for the whole weekend with this guy who we didn't know. And we laughed the entire time.
Wow.
And so then Remy said, come to my home in Marseille, we'll have fun, maybe we can throw a little show together and just hang out. So on our tour, we went to Marseille and we stayed with Remy, and we just put a little show together, a small cabaret style show that we presented at the collective that he was living at. And it worked really well.
Wow.
And it was so fun. And then we didn't see him for a year. And he was going to Aurillac, the festival Aurillac, which hopefully we're gonna bring these guys with us next year.
Great.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. I'm sure it'll happen.
So he was part of this collective, and there was a cancellation at the collective, and so he called us and said, "There's a space. We need a show. Why don't you come do it?" And so we said, "Okay, why not? We're free." So we went to do the show in this collective. And it was, the show was never supposed to last. It was just a little fun thing that we did on tour. And funnily enough, Aurillac is a producers festival.
Oh, interesting.
And we didn't do any publicity or anything. Imagine there's 1,000 companies with 1,000 shows, and they're all hustling to sell their show. We were totally unprepared. We were totally unknown. We didn't, we did the show one time, and we went to this collective. We did one show a day, and it exploded. And then we couldn't let it go, and that was 13 years ago. And so here we are.
I call that divine intervention.
Me
I'm
too.
going to ask, that's definitely. I'm going to ask you a question, right? So have you experienced your work being interpreted in a way you didn't expect because of a different cultural lens?
No.
No?
No. And in fact, I think that's because as clowns, we are always adapting to the audience.
Okay.
And although we may be surprised by what people react in one country compared to another, in the end, the overall concept that people receive, I think, is generally the same. And we've performed all over. I mean, China, Russia, Australia, Argentina, all over Europe, North Africa, West Africa.
Wow.
And, I think that everybody, as far as the interpretation of our work goes, it's pretty much the same because we adapt.
Great. And the idea of storytelling, how much is that a part of your repertoire?
It's 99% of our repertoire. That's how we work. As I said, I came from theater. And the show that we will perform tonight was actually originally based on a classic French play. And obviously, it very quickly changed because now it's a show, it's very far from this play. There's no words. There's a couple of words, okay, but there's basically no words. But it was originally based on this. The characters are based on this. The relationships started based on this. And you will see that although it's a clown show, a circus show, it's really a physical theater show.
Ah, okay.
And that first show that I was just talking about, that started as a cabaret because me and my partner, we had one show, Remy had his show, we had our skills, and we just put the things together to do our acts, and that was it. And then we started getting work with it. So then we started to refine it, and with time, the characters became clearer, the relationships became clearer, and a story emerged. And hopefully one day you'll be able to see the show, and you will also see that although it is based on the classic cabaret, it is not a classic cabaret. And in fact, it's a story about these characters.
Wow. Will we get to see it here?
I don't know. I don't think it's not as accessible or politically neutral. Or,
well, we have to call you back then, no?
Yeah, well, we'll come back. We'd love to come back.
We have to get you back then to see it. Huh?
Yeah, okay. Fine with me.
So thank you very much for sharing your story and your whole journey. I'm sure a lot of our artists and a lot of the people here have learned a lot. So even the fact that we're telling our stories of our life and our journeys, I'm looking into the future now. So with AI coming in and digital platforms and so much, I'm going to put a question to each of you. So how do you see virtual performance spaces taking over, and does that create genuine human connection? Do you think it's going to impact us as artists who are alive there, where we have human contact because of the idea of social platforms and digital platforms and AI coming into play? With AI, you can even create a song now. You don't have to have a singer. There are voices there. So one by one, just here.
Yeah, for my organization, I don't think it's a threat. And I think,
great.
The future generations will certainly learn how to use it. But no, I'm not worried about it at all. They're still interacting one-on-one.
Lovely. That's a lovely way to look at it. Wendy?
I feel the same. I don't think that with every new technology of storytelling or of recording, there's this flurry of fear. I mean, when books began to be written, when the printing press was written, was made, when radio started, when television started, everyone was, this is going to, everyone's minds will, no one will remember anything anymore. There will not be any connection anymore. And then it just sort of becomes part of the repertory of humanity. And we have never, in the entire history of humanity, not had live performance, whether it was in the form of, on stage or in a circle in a village. We've never not had that, and I don't think that humans will ever not need that. There was a beautiful, another time when everyone was very worried about this was at the beginning of the COVID pandemic.
Pandemic, yeah.
And there was a beautiful video made by the director of a theater that its name is now escaping me. Anyway, it's somewhere in the Midwest. Of the U.S. I'm so embarrassed to not remember the name because it was so powerful. But he talked about exactly that right now there's change happening. Right now we're taking a pause, but we will be back. We always come back, and we have been in this place before.
Yeah.
So I think people will find new ways of doing amazing things, and artists already use AI to make very, very different things. So it's not actually AI that's making it.
It's the human being.
It's the human being.
Exactly.
And people are also afraid about that AI will become fascist, and AI is made of us. AI is not actually intelligent.
Yeah.
AI doesn't have intelligence. We make it.
Yeah.
And so we can make it the same way that we made books.
AI, we can train AI to
we
think.
do try. It doesn't learn by itself. It learns from us.
Happening through human beings, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jonah?
Well, I'm not worried about it at all, personally. I think that performance, first of all, I think there will be, or there already is, a niche for AI performance, AI content, let's say.
Yeah.
And I think that it can certainly be used as a tool within art, but as far as artists go and performance goes, it will never replace performance. I mean, artists and audience, they need the connection, the human connection, and AI will never replace that.
Cannot do that,
No.
yeah, absolutely. I think I really resonate with the fact that we can take it as a friend rather than an enemy, so that we can just find ways where that connection can never be. There's nothing like the human connection.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bianco.
Yeah. AI.
AI, yes.
So my point about AI is for us artists, it's about understanding the levels, because it's not bringing a new thing in what we are doing, because we stay natural and there is still AI. So I think we don't have to have we are afraid of it, but it can be a tool, like you said, it can be a tool to use for a moment, because we can't give all the content of AI. That is very difficult, but it's just about understanding the levels where we are going and what we want to achieve in storytelling, because what our audience needs, they say, is emotional, and what we bring. Yeah. So
Thank you.
AI is AI.
It's AI.
Yeah.
Thank you. That really closes our session. I'd like to thank Bianco,
Thank you.
Jonah, Wendy, Charlene.
Thank you.
It was such a pleasure. Thank you. And I hope the audience. Well, one thing I'd like to open it to the floor. So if anybody would like to ask any of them a question, please. Are you guys open to anyone just wanting to ask something? So any of the students here, please do.
Charlene, we come from US, right? I'm here.
Yeah.
Come from US, where the dance is more generally more accepted and celebrated, right? But still curious, like, did you face any challenges or any biases, like, as a dancer? If yes, anything like, how you deal with it?
Here, you mean here?
Yes, no, in US.
In the US.
Where the dance is like generally accepted and celebrated, but still.
Did you have any obstacles? Did you
No.
face any? Yeah.
No?
No.
That's great.
Well, because we faced a lot here, so I think.
And then Bendy, as you said, like you're a Bharatanatyam, you learned,
Yeah.
you started your Bharatanatyam dance, and then you gone to martial art.
I added quick
Added. So what do
Yeah.
you think? But I, as a Bharatanatyam dancer, but I feel like martial art related to Bharatanatyam also, like if you stylize the martial art on a tabla, then it become a Bharatanatyam dance. Like, what do you think? Like, is it more style is like same?
I think, well, the martial art that I train in is capoeira, which is already something that it's a martial art that's hidden in something that looks like dance. And to me, what's important in any of the dance forms is the relationship between the dancers, the relationship between the dancers, and if there's an audience, then the audience. With the musicians, the relationships are really important. And in capoeira, there's a very different relationship than there is in Bharatanatyam, and there's a very different relationship than there is in Bhutto. And so those, I think, just give more material. I do want to just, my experience in the US has probably been pretty different. I think there are certain dance forms that are accepted and funded and supported, and most dance is not. In terms of getting there's everything is relative, but I would not say that dance in general is I don't know if accepted. I mean, sure, go ahead and dance, but it's certainly not supported in the way that other art forms are, and in the way that other careers are.
Same here, like
I'm sure.
everywhere
Yes,
the challenges is the same.
We have a lot of challenges
in the whole
like
world,
that.
right?
Yeah.
As we met the dancer from Paris, Jean-Marc Martos, he came here like 26 years ago. We had a chance to perform with him, and he did this. He was saying the same thing. He got the same problem as a male dancer. His family was not accepting him, and why he's dancing. So we did also.
Yes.
As a male dancer also, for the girls is fine, not, but for the male also they're not accept like as a dancer.
And that's how you know how a society feels about it. If it's fine for the girls, but it's not okay for the guys, then society is not accepting it.
Anyone else another question?
Anyone else? Sorry.
She had a question. Can inko de dijiyega? Please give us your name. We'd love to know who. We know that's Mani. He's the head of the dance department here in the Arts Council.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Maria. First of all, I actually want to thank you all for coming here because, and as a person who wants to be in theatre or who's done a bit of theatre, but as she was saying, all the participants were so hungry. And so people like you coming in here, inspiring us, giving us hope is such a great thing for us. I just want to ask you a question as a lay, middle-aged woman, that if somebody wants to get into dancing, and as you have experienced Pakistan and their audience, what suggestions would you suggest if they just want to start off?
Anyone, it's open to any of you would like to answer.
Thank you.
I think that so long as you feel, I don't know what you want to do, if you want to be a professional dancer, or if
just to be able to dance, that's also a journey in itself.
I think, I would say that so long as you feel joy doing, moving, then that's as much as you should expect. That's what it all comes down to.
Because all the restrictions and inhibitions and stoppage actually constrains you and freezes you, and you become, even if you choose to be a dancer or just want to dance just like that, you just have to be super good in it. Otherwise, you're done with it.
If I may, I think that part of it is putting yourself in the environment where you can dance. So to be around other dancers,
in our closed door rooms, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe. But so long as you at least start there,
Start.
then you will find that joy, and you can ride that joy.
Yeah.
I'd be
Right,
happy
yeah.
to talk to you about it when we have a little more time. But I mean, in the United States and across Europe, the adult dance programs, not just ballet, contemporary, everything, are huge. It's every school has adult programs, and now they even have adult ballet performances in Chicago.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's
amazing.
more and more opportunities for adults that didn't have the chance to dance when they were young, or didn't have the confidence, or whatever it is. But I think it's a good time in
Yeah.
history for adults to engage with dance.
And you think after coming to Pakistan, for Pakistan is also the same?
Why not?
Okay.
I think it's a mindset
Yes.
because I teach here and I've faced a lot of obstacles. My house was broken down, my windows, my servants were beaten up. I was nearly arrested. I went through a lot, but I didn't leave the country and I didn't leave dance. So I think if you love something so much and you have such conviction, there will be obstacles. And because I was a performer and I was obviously in the main foreground of dance, and so I understand, because I've been through the extreme levels, and other Shimaji has, and even my guru has gone through many things. But I think when you have such a love, like you said, there's got to be a point of starting.
That spark. That
Spark and wanting to do it. So I think it's not about becoming that perfect dancer. It's about the joy that he spoke about.
Yeah.
So if you can just get into that joy, that will take you on the journey.
Well, thank you again, all of you coming here, because I don't think so people even realize how much you people inspire us.
Yeah.
And we say it can be done.
That's so true.
Yeah, thank
The
you.
feedback has been amazing.
Thank you.
Can I offer just an invitation? So we're performing on Friday, but on Saturday night there's going to be a dance party.
You gotta go.
And I would invite you to come and dance with me
Yeah.
and with us.
Lovely.
I am personally, I have a lot of self-consciousness about dancing in parties, and I'm working on it, and we can work on it together.
Whoa, there you are.
And I can tell you that the other dancers in the other birds in Conference of the Birds are extremely welcoming, and you will not feel like you have to dance in any particular way. You can just find this joy.
Lovely.
So Saturday night.
There you are.
We'll meet you
You
on
got
the
a
road.
date now. Are there any more questions? You want to ask a question?
Hello everybody. First of all, I would like to offer you help as well. We have an event called Dance Meetup where you can come and perform whenever you want. And Arts Council also provide dance classes as well if you want to learn. It's open for all. So no age limit, unless you're like 2 or 1 or something.
One lady came in the second dance meetup. One lady came and she asked, she was wrapping a dupatta on her. She asked me, "Sir, can I dance?" I always there are non-dancers were coming. I invite all the dance meetup every month we do. So she said, "Can I dance?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Is there a video or a picture?" I said, "No." So she said, "I will dance." She started dancing, and such a lovely dance she did, and she jumped. Oh, bhar mein jaye duniya, bhar mein jaye meri family, I dance. मैंने dance कर लिया.
So I'm going to translate.
I don't care about my family.
I don't care about my family, and I don't care about
And she
society.
danced. तो
She started to dance.
आप feel ना करें, आप हमारे पास हर महीने आइए, अपनी जो
There
dance
you
की
are.
feeling है
Another
निकालें.
offer has come. There you are. You want to ask a question? Yeah. Can we give them? Please ask your question.
My question is for Wendy. I'm a student here at Arts Council in dance department. So I've studied a plethora of dance forms, but I only I connect with one, primarily. So I wanted to know which one do you connect to, like Udesi, Bharatanatyam, or the other ones?
I think I only do the things that I connect with. So I think I connect with all of them. I'm not a person that, my brain doesn't see categories. I don't believe in categories. And so I don't think it's I don't think it's a problem with my brain, but it is a difference between my brain and some other people's brains. So to me, there are very superficial differences between any of these dance forms, and the core is the same. And so so I think they all resonate very differently for me, and it's not a fusion. People use the word fusion, and I think we lose everything when it's a fusion. It's a internalization, and then what comes out is some kind of natural combination of those.
Yeah.
That said, my body, when I go back and I do my arabus, and my body is happier, because that's when my body was growing. That was the technique that I was doing. So if I have pain in my body, it goes away if I go back to the foundation. Yeah.
Thank you for answering. Any more questions? Anybody wants this? Can we take the mic there, please?
Hi, my name is Nilofer Shehzad,
Mm-hmm.
and but it's not a question, it's a comment, if I can still comment.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, okay.
Please do. This is a sharing platform.
Yeah, first, thank you very much for this opportunity. Second, thank you very much for the foreign guests who have performed here. I haven't seen any of those performances. I'm just traveling and I'm here for a while. But I just wanted to show a silver lining to our foreign friends, US friends, and the other friends. I'm not sure which nationalities they are. But in our country, performing dances may not be accepted so much, but you know what, the taboos are breaking. At the traditional level, in marriages, there's a dance floor in every marriage these days, and people are performing openly with their hearts open, and they are enjoying, and families, they're dancing. They're even filming the dances, the videos they share amongst friends. So the barriers are breaking here in Pakistan. This is just to familiarize you with our culture. What was really restricted a few years back and unthinkable is happening now, and people are becoming more bold, and they are coming forward and expressing themselves in dancing. Girls, Lok Virsa and traditional music has much more acceptability compared to modern music. Dance parties may be criticized, but performances in weddings are encouraged. So yes, we are coming there, but very gradually, very, very gradually. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Last question? I'm going to take the last question now. So, you want to ask one? Okay, second last. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bilal, and I have a question for Jonah. Today you have a play, right?
Yes.
You don't seem scared. When we have a play on the final, especially final date, I was getting worried and getting scared how I'm gonna do, and you seem so chill. How is it?
How do you do it?
Well, I think it comes with time. Me, when I do get nervous, it's usually just before going on stage. And I can tell you that I should be right now in the theater fixing my props and my costumes and rehearsing, because we have 2 people replacements in the show here. One hasn't done the show in over a year. The other hasn't done the show in 5 years. And I'm not worried because we're an ensemble, because our philosophy is that we don't go on stage to make ourselves look good. We go on stage to make everybody else look good. And if we're doing that, then we're always supporting each other. Also, we do clown, and clown is based in the moment. So I can be as nervous as I want to be. I can anticipate things, I can try and prepare, but with clown, it's all about being in the moment. And so none of that anticipation helps. But having said that, it also comes from doing thousands of shows.
Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can we have the last question now? Yeah. Can you please give your name and then...
Hello, study Mashik. Pakhair. My name is Asim Khatak. I'm from Peshawar and now studying in National Academy of Performing Arts.
Which is a theatre school, theatre music, yeah.
My question is that I belong from Pashtun tribe, Afghan tribe. In our tribe, Khatak tribe, Mamji, Khatak tribe, Khatak dance is a national dance, I think, of Pakistan. So,
of Peshawar. So this is up north, okay? It's talking about the northern areas.
Huh? Yeah. In our tribe, people say to me that if you have given a punishment to Khatak, so उसे दरख्त से बांध दो. क्या कहते हैं उसे?
So tie them to the tree.
Yeah, and playing a dhol, उनके सामने ढोल बजाओ.
So basically, I think the restrictions of that, if you like dance and music has been an issue, and in the Pakhtun community, they are a little more stricter about dance. So if you play a drum or if you do any dance, tie them to the tree. You know, so it's like the punishments that are given. So he's talking about that.
Yeah. So I'm also a folk dancer. I perform Atan, Khatak dance. So I break my barriers. I come from Karachi, from Peshawar to Karachi. So it's my aim. I explore my culture across the world. So I'm very happy to see you people. I'm very inspired for you people. So thanks to come to Pakistan, and inshallah we will meet in
some part of the
somewhere
world.
in the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So I think we're going to close it. Thank you once again. I think how does everyone enjoyed the talk and learned a lot, and I think the greatest storytelling is when we share our stories with each other. Thank you for all being here, and God bless you all. And good luck with your performances.
Thank you.